Right. I've never been good at starting my videos, so this first one I'm not going to try too hard, otherwise I will never start. The only reason I am releasing this right now is because I'm actually managing to create consistent content, and that is what I've been failing to do for the last 2 years. I think I've been trying to start a consistent YouTube channel, and I just haven't been able to. So I told myself, unless I create 4 videos in a row and edit them, I am not going to start this journey. And if you're watching this right now, it means that I've managed it. Me actually managing to create something consecutively and commit to something actually ties really nicely into the thing that I want to talk about: the importance of daily planning and how to actually create one for yourself. I'm not going to talk about the generic sort of reasons for why daily routine is important. I'm going to talk about just how it benefited me. I have anxiety and form of ADD. I am a perfectionist and I'm a very creative soul on top of everything else. And so all of that together kind of created an impossible task for me to have consistent life. I have managed to improve on certain parts of my life that I haven't been able to for a long time. The benefit of it for me has been that I've finally started eating more consistently, and it's easier now to eat consistently. I became slightly more confident. To feel confident, you need to actually accomplish goals and tasks and activities in your everyday life. But if you don't accomplish them, if you don't complete them, which often happens with procrastination, ADD, etc., you cannot feel confident in yourself, because there is no measurement as to why you should feel confident about yourself, right? And so what daily planning has helped me to do is set small achievable tasks and goals that I can actually get to the end of every day and see the result for myself and say, oh, I've actually done that. And being able to actually manage everything that I want to do in my life has been amazing. How to write the daily plan. I think I've struggled with that a lot, because I would usually just write a comprehensive list of all that I need to do in the next however long, and I would try to do all of it in one day. There was a lot of things that I've learned from the course that I've been doing. I will link it down below as well, because it's been really, really helpful as a guide how to practically tackle procrastination habits. In terms of where you write your daily plans, I personally got myself it's not here. I got myself a daily planner. So it's just like a notebook, and for every page you have space only for 1 day of writing. It's lined pages, and every line is a specific time of the day. So it goes from 6 a.m. up to I think 12 a.m. and every hour is a line. So you can actually plan out every hour of your day ahead. So I found that really helpful, and you can tweak it every day basically. If you feel like something didn't work today, then for tomorrow you can implement a change that will make it work for you. So the thing that you have to kind of write down first, I find that really helps, is the things that you actually have to do. So things, for example, like if you have a job, if you're employed, then you have to go to your work. It's something that you're going to have to write first, because it's not really negotiable, and so that has to be the center of your life, if you like. So the rest of your routines will kind of float around that. The second thing that you need to think about is, or that I found really helpful, is the activities that you tend to procrastinate on that would make your life better. So for that, to complete this task, you actually need to have a separate list, and that list will be the list of your goals, the things that you want to achieve in your life. If those goals are still in the stage of dreams, but you really want for them to become goals, then plan is the first stage to attaining that. The first thing you need to do is actually have a list of your goals, or dreams. And if they are already your goals, then that means you already have a kind of a plan, at least in your mind, of how you want to attain them for them to become a reality. So you're going to refer to that plan to understand which of these activities that you need to focus on, that you maybe procrastinate on right now, that you're going to have to put in your daily plan. So for me, right now I have only two major goals. One of them is professional and one of them is to do with my health. I really want to have a flexible, strong body. So in terms of how I'm going to get there, my plan is to implement a yoga practice every day, right? Because that makes you both flexible and strong. So that's my first step that I can actually attain. And then I looked at, okay, well, in the last few months, I haven't been very good at keeping my yoga routine. So how can I improve on that? And I realized that the times when I've been quite consistent with my yoga routine is when I actually had a guide. I've decided to follow that teacher on YouTube again. And so I've been doing her practices every day since, because I know that having someone there to guide me makes me commit to something better. That is a step, an actionable step in my plan. I'm just gonna do a video with this yoga teacher every morning. And that's the key point, every morning. So the thing that you procrastinate on, that you know that you should be acting upon to get you closer to where you wanna be, to your goal, you need to do that thing in the morning. You need to just get it out of the way, because the second you start procrastinating, and you need to notice for yourself what your procrastination triggers are and little signs that you're starting to procrastinate. You need to figure it out for yourself. It took me about a month to actually realize, oh my God, I really do this thing that is actually a procrastination sign. So you need to just take a bit of self-observation and notice what it is that you do that makes you procrastinate. And the second you do it, you need to stop and just get back on track. And there is a whole process involved in that. Again, I really recommend the course that I'm doing right now. I'll link it down below, as I said, because I just found it so helpful. So the thing that you procrastinate on doing that will make your life happier and better, that thing, one action a day, just one little tiny step is enough. And that thing you're going to do in the morning. If you say that you don't have the time, just take 5 minutes to do something towards that thing that you want to achieve. It can also be to do with relationships. Maybe you procrastinate on responding to people, responding to their messages, and then you feel really bad about it, and then you maybe actually lose friendships because of it, or maybe you don't take on requests for dates. That can be a thing that you do every morning or every other morning when you sit down and you respond to your emails and messages and maybe make calls if you miss some. So it can really stretch to any area of your life where you notice that you procrastinate. That's the thing that you're going to do first thing in the morning. Third and fourth thing I'm going to say. So they're both quite important, but I understand that some people might not have the time for that in there every day, but you need to make sure you implement that at least weekly, and that is exercise and outdoors. It's so important to go outside and get that fresh air for the clarity of the mind, and even as an activity, to walk and stretch your legs out, and exercise in general, any form of exercise is just amazing. And if it happens to be so that that's the thing that you also procrastinate on, it's amazing to do that in the morning and implement that into your morning routine. And that leads us to point number 4, and that is morning and evening routines. And these can be really anything. Personally, I really like to spend some time, yoga is part of my morning routine for starters, and also I like to journal because I have a very hyper mind. Every morning I try to sit down and write a few things that I'm really grateful for and really feel that gratitude. And so that kind of becomes my journaling practice and my meditation practice at the same time, because I'm just really centered and grounded and I really feel that gratitude and it makes me feel present. So it's got a plethora of benefits for me personally. And that is part of my daily morning routine. And what I also do is I light some candles, and I light some incense, and I have all these beautiful smells around. Sometimes I put soft music on, and I create a ritual out of my morning, and it really makes me enjoy it so much more. And that is what I would encourage you to do as well. If you're not used to an activity of a kind, for example, like a morning routine, whatever you want to implement into that is new. Let's say you say, okay, actually that gratitude journal sounds really good, but I've never done it before, but I would really like to start. The way you can help your brain get accustomed to it is if you take something new to yourself and you bring in something that you already know that you like into this new practice, and that way your brain will integrate the new and the things that are pleasurable for you, and you will like the new as well, because they come together as a package in that activity. So for example, let's say you like a cup of coffee in the morning. Why don't you make yourself a cup of coffee first and bring it to your little side table or coffee table, and then you just sit at that table and you write some journaling as you are drinking your cup of coffee. And that way your brain will link the pleasurable drinking of coffee and the new activity of writing gratitude notes. You will actually look forward to it because it will become a ritual for you. And the same goes for the evening routine. That can also help you if you do have insomnia, for example, or you struggle to go to sleep early. An evening routine, something that you enjoy as a ritual, can really actually help you go to sleep quicker, because your brain will associate evening with this pleasurable activity that you do for your evening routine. And then obviously also evening is meant for going to sleep. So you will relate these two activities, and you will find that going to sleep is actually much, much easier that way. The last final thing that I want to say is the thing that you have to implement into your everyday, or at least every week, is the thing that you love doing. Art, music, mountain biking, writing, singing. Just do the thing that you really, really love, because at the end of the day, if you're not doing what you actually enjoy doing, first of all, you are not rewarding yourself in any way for all the hard work that you're doing during the week. And that is not very good for your brain, because your brain needs to know that there is a reward and some kind of pleasure that it receives from maybe working a job that you may not particularly like, or even implementing, these daily routines. It might be really hard for your brain, and you need to find a way to reward yourself for it. So you need to really have another list where you write all the things that you love doing. It could be going for a walk, or spending time in a cafe with a friend, or it can be absolutely anything. And it can be small things and it can be big things. And big things you can leave for as rewards for bigger achievements, and little things you can implement into every day. Maybe it's eating a little slice of cake now and then, or taking a bath with some bath salts, or watching a movie. The ideas are out there, and if you don't know what it is that you like, and I know some people like that, that's okay. First, you can take the steps to get to know yourself, look around, what do other people like, maybe take ideas from the outside, look for ideas on Pinterest, on Instagram, find new hobbies, find something that you will start to enjoy. So these are five things that I've said that I personally really make sure to implement into my day. Sorry, me being an overworker, I forgot a very important thing. Number 6, rest. Okay, rest does not just mean sleep. When I say rest, it needs to be something that, when you do it, you feel like your mind is resting and your body as well. Some buffer time in the day is so crucial, especially if you're an overworker like me. You push yourself too hard too often and you have breakdowns. You're the number one person that needs to write rest into your daily plan. Absolutely non-negotiable. Rest is another thing that is non-negotiable for you, basically. Please do implement rest. We will not rest when we're dead. We are dead when we're dead. these are six pointers now that you're going to write down into your daily plan. I just want to leave you with a few pointers of how to personalize it better, and also just a bit of motivation for you to get started. Try to plan your day the day before, so not in the morning, because I've done that and it works okay, but it's not the same as when you've done it the day before. You just feel a bit more prepared for the day ahead, and you feel like you know what you're doing from the moment you get up in the morning. So I'd highly recommend doing it the day before. The thing that you really need to consider when you write your plan is, when do you personally have more or less energy during the day? That is really, really important, because if you naturally have very little energy in the morning physically, then it's probably not the best time to implement exercise into your routine then. Maybe you have more energy, physical energy, in the evening. Maybe that's when you want to do some exercise. Maybe, if you exercise in the evening, it actually makes you not able to go to sleep on time because your body is too excited about the exercise. And so maybe it's actually better for you to do it in the morning or in the afternoon, maybe during a lunch break. It can be as little as just going for a walk. That's enough, really. But it needs to be according to your body needs. Same goes with your mental energy and your emotional needs as well. So if you feel very mentally tired in the mornings, it's probably not the best time to do mental tasks. Maybe reading a book is even too much for you, so maybe put that aside towards the evening. So you need to really kind of see how you work, and also maybe for the first hour of the day you're a certain way, and then you feel much better. So maybe you leave your procrastination task, maybe you leave that until 1 hour after you've woken up, or something like that. You need to really look at it in a personalized way and see how your body feels doing whatever you're asking it to do. The two things that I want to leave you with that helped me feel more motivated during my days. The first one, if you think of your day as consisting of 4 blocks, I think it was like morning, early afternoon, late afternoon, and evening, or any other ways you want. But if you think of it in blocks rather than just one day, even if you fail in one of, like, let's say you woke up late, so you failed your morning block. Most people think, well, I've messed up now and my whole day is ruined, so I may as well not bother. And that was me. Trust me, at least emotionally you feel like you failed. But if you consider that the day is just 4 different parts, then you can say, well, okay, I've effed up the first quarter of the day, first block of the day, but I still got 3 other blocks to actually get really proactive at. I don't know which one I need to use there. So if you think of it like that, it actually makes you not, lose hope. I had even a day when I slept through most of the day, and I was so lazy and not even lazy, I was tired. I was tired for basically 3 blocks of the day, and only by about 6 p.m. I thought, okay, well, I feel a bit more with it now, but it's like 6 p.m. now, so I felt very demotivated. But then I reminded myself of the 4 blocks, and really I was like, okay, what can I do in this block of the day? And I did so much work that evening, oh my god, and I went to sleep feeling like I didn't waste my day, and that's the best feeling ever, really. And so I highly recommend taking that approach to your day, because it will really help you not get demotivated and slip back into sort of your procrastination habits. One final thing that I'm going to leave you with is to try your best to commit to not getting distracted. Distraction is another thing that I will talk about in another video, and it obviously relates to procrastination and ADD as well, and these things are just so interlinked and it's so interesting. But anyway, the point is, if you're planning something in your day, let's say you're planning to read for an hour of the day, your only goal is to see how undistracted can you be from this specific activity and this time of the day that you planned it into. And set it as a challenge for yourself, and don't beat yourself up if you don't, succeed at first. Just make mental notes of how well you're doing today, how well you're doing tomorrow. That's it for today. I've been talking for a while, I'm sorry. But actually, no, I'm not sorry. I've said everything I wanted to say. I'm quite happy that I wrote a list of things that I actually wanted to talk about, and I predominantly stuck to them. So kudos for myself, yeah! Welcome to my channel. I didn't say that actually at the beginning. I hope to see you again on my page for more helpful advice and things that I've implemented into my life that I found quite helpful, because I have certain, struggles that I think I share with a lot of people. Unfortunately, I wish most people were happier in their minds, but it's a path, and I'm on it, and if you're watching this, you're probably on it too, and it's just my way of trying to relay what I've learned, what I've been learning for the last 2 years in a compact, comprehensive format to all of you guys. So thank you very much again, and I will see you in the next one.